Morning you guys, it's Karen and I just wanted to quickly come in and do the introduction for the Plexr video, which will be treatment number 2. So I have had Plexr on my eyelids and I will link the first video I did. In fact, there's 2 videos because there's one explaining what it is and then there's number 2, which is the whole diary throughout and how it goes and how the healing process happened. And it is my plan to try and do that again, to try and do another diary. But it will hopefully be a shorter video this time, because if nothing's different from the first one, then I'm not just going to do another diary, if that makes sense. I just want to say if anything's different each day, I'll say, you know, the symptoms are the same as last time. So I'm having it done tomorrow, so this is the final day. So that means that it has been 6 weeks since my last treatment. So this is the bit that might be interesting to people. I was going to say amusing to people there. What a strange thing to pop into my head. Well, it might be amusing to some people. The biggest thing that I wanted to tell you is that I do still have imprints on my eyes from the Plexr, from the last treatment, and they do feel different. My eyelids definitely feel different. They feel a little bit itchy sometimes. They don't feel sore anymore, but they do feel a little bit itchy. But I would say that they felt sore for probably 2 to 3 weeks, and then between sort of 3 to 6 weeks, as we are now, they've probably been a little bit itchy, and maybe in that 3rd week they were a little bit, you know, week 3 to 4 they were maybe a little bit sore, but the last couple of weeks it's just occasionally they get really itchy and I'm itching the top. But like I said, actually close up you can see the imprint on my eyeshadow. So I don't know whether you'll be able to see the imprints. They're across here, and here is where I feel like they're most noticeable. So like I said, I don't know whether you'll be able to see them. And it doesn't bother me whatsoever. I don't mind, because it will eventually go. You know, I've maybe just got slower healing skin. Well, I know I have because of the Ehlers-Danlos loss. But the only thing is, it is slightly bothering me that because that skin is still not 100% healed, will that mean that it's more painful having the second treatment? Because I did find it very stingy on the day. I was in quite a lot of pain with it. Okay, you guys, this is me completely without makeup. So just wanted you to see that there is still, it looks stronger in this camera than it is in real life, but see here, there's still a little bit of redness. That's where that little bit was that was bleeding. And I don't know why it was. I think it may have been that I was a bit too rough with my eye and took the sort of scab off quicker than it should have been off. Like I said, actually, the camera seems to be making my eyes look more red than they are. They're not quite as red as they appear to be. And I don't know whether the imprints actually even show without any makeup on. It'll be interesting for me to watch this back and see if you can see them. It's mostly up here. So yeah, that is the before with no makeup on. Okay guys, so this is me leaving for my Plexr in about 10 minutes. And I thought I would show you what I look like with no makeup on my eyes at all, and how I've done my makeup today. I've put foundation on but missed off my eyes. I put a little bit of eyeliner under my eyes, lipstick and bronzer, etc. as usual, and that's everything. I'm looking a bit shiny, I can see, but I need to sort that out before I go. I'm going to be a little bit more adventurous and have it done on my eyelids today, I think. So fingers crossed it's not crazy painful afterwards, because it was last time, but I'm going to try and save my painkillers for just before I go in, so that they are effective when it's done. And the cream helps as well, the steroid cream that he gives me. So I will be coming straight home afterwards. I'll make sure I've got my sunglasses with me, because I need to go to B&Q. In fact, I might leave early and go to B&Q first. So anyway, I will see you when it has been done. Okay, you guys, so I am just back from Glasgow, and I thought I would come and show you what it looks like immediately after, because there are some different things to tell you about this session, and some really interesting things, I think. The first thing is that it really hurt today. Well, I say really hurt, it was bearable, but it was getting to the point where I was going to say, oh stop, I need a break, because it was very, very stingy and it felt like the anaesthetic didn't work. But I think that is probably my problem. Excuse me while I put a bit of lip gloss on that's here, just because my lips feel a bit dry. Yeah, I think that was my fault, because timing's to do with your cycle. So if you are a lady having this done, then you need to think about the cycle, your hormonal cycle. And if you have it done at the beginning of your cycle, then it's going to be more painful. Anything you have done is more painful at the beginning of your cycle. So that didn't help. And I have experienced that in the past with Botox and other things. So that was really interesting. However, afterwards, Dr. Bong did tell me that he was a little more aggressive with the treatment this time, insofar as instead of maybe 1 millisecond on my eye, he held above my eye, sorry, above the skin, he held it for 2 milliseconds, something like that, you know, not an extreme difference, but just a little bit more intense with the treatment, which I like because, you know, the more intense the treatment, the more intense the result. So that may also be why it was a little bit more painful. Something else that you'll probably note is that I didn't go down as far as my eyelids, and he just stopped and I said, oh, you're not doing eyelids? And he said, no. And I said, is it because of the pain? And he said, yes. And I'm glad, because he's obviously just made a judgment on how much, my eyes were watering a lot, they were streaming down the sides of my face, and I just don't think I could have borne the pain of it. I didn't know how far he'd gone down. I wasn't really able to tell how far he'd gone in his treatment, but when we got up, I certainly wasn't going to say, oh no, it's absolutely fine, do my eyelids, because it just wasn't, it wasn't as painless as last time, because last time I could barely feel it. There were certain little bits that I could feel it. So what he's going to do is, when I go in for my third treatment, I'm going in for 45 minutes, and he's going to top up the anaesthetic halfway through me sitting in the waiting room, because you sit in the waiting room waiting for the anaesthetic to take effect. And hopefully it will be a different time in my cycle, and that will make things much less painful. What I find really interesting is that I don't think it looks as bad as last time in any way, shape or form. Oh no, the other thing that was really interesting was, do you remember last time I had it done, I didn't feel anything during the session, but afterwards it was stinging for about an hour afterwards. I felt the pain an hour afterwards. I haven't felt that at all. It doesn't feel sore now at all, and I think, like I said, it's much lighter. I haven't had my sunglasses on at all. I went into B&Q, I went into Boots, it didn't even bother me at all. I don't think it looks quite as intense as it did last time, so I'm still going to leave it to you know, heal and whatnot for the next few days before putting makeup on. If it looks any different, which it probably will, I'll probably be swollen tomorrow, I will pop in and say hello. So it's day 2. I had the Plexr done yesterday, and this is me being awake for about an hour, and as you can see, my eyes are quite swollen, and I actually think they are a lot more swollen than they were last time, but that is to be expected, because as I explained previously, he did actually go a little bit more aggressively. Aggressively isn't perhaps not the best word, more intense. He did a more intense treatment, and so I did expect that it might be a bit more swollen, because it was definitely more painful. So this swelling will probably dissipate as the day goes on, as I move around and the fluids start to drain away from my eyes. It's obviously just where I've been lying down, so hopefully things will look a bit better later. I still think it doesn't look nearly as red and raw, strangely, so it's more swollen, but it looks less red and raw on the actual eyelid, and I think once the swelling goes down, there won't be an awful lot to see, and so I won't feel like I need to wear my sunglasses, because like I said last time, I looked like an extra from Star Trek, but I don't feel like it's quite as brown this time for some reason. So yeah, I will check back in with you in a few days, or when there's anything different. I should say I'm not in any pain. They feel a little bit uncomfortable because they're so swollen, and they feel a little bit grazed. You know, I said last time, it just feels like it would if you've grazed your knee. It feels like it's been grazed, like somebody's just taken a little bit of skin off, but I wouldn't call it pain. I certainly don't feel in pain. It's just a little bit uncomfortable. I slept perfectly. I knew when I woke up, I was like, am I really tired, or have I got really swollen eyes? But yeah, other than a little bit of discomfort, no problem at all. I just wanted to quickly show you my eyes today. I think what's happened today is I think they're a lot darker, and they're not as swollen. I think definitely the swelling has gone away a lot. And yeah, I think that they have turned more into scabs. It definitely feels drier, and like I said, they're a little bit darker. This is more what it looked like last time, I feel like. So yeah, that's all there is to say really. Nothing else to report today. Okay, guys, so I thought I would come and show you what my eyes look like, and I thought I would just quickly do my makeup, my eye makeup. I've done everything else. I've done my foundation and lipstick and blush, etc., and I've even done my eyebrows, but I wanted to show you what it looked like at this stage and how I cover it up and what it looks like covered up. So just to update you, because I didn't do a video yesterday, the brown sort of scabs, if you like, have come off pretty much. There's a couple left here, just a couple in that corner there, and you can feel it because there's a couple there as well, and you can feel it because they're dry. Excuse the nails, some of these, this is peel off nail polish, and some of it's peeled off when I was doing my groom yesterday, so I need to redo my nails today. But yeah, you can feel some of the dry areas where there's still some of those little brown crusts to come off. So I wouldn't put full on eyeshadow just now, because it feels ever so slightly tender. And I don't know, I just feel more comfortable using just mineral makeup because it would look kind of patchy because of the indents, you know. By the way, I'm also using a ring light. I'm going to dim it a bit and see if that makes any difference. It's really difficult to tell what the lighting's like because I'm trying not to look at the ring light because it is actually quite bright. Hopefully it's pretty good lighting. So what I have got is this is a brush by 17 and it says Eyes, and I'm using the Bare Minerals matte powder in Fair, and that's the first thing I do, and actually that's what I did yesterday for my groom. So if you saw me on Snapchat, somebody actually asked, have you got makeup, because it completely disappears, and I'm just putting some on my brush and I'm just going over it and being really generous with the amount that's on my brush, and you can just tap it on and then brush it off because it will hold on the eye. So you can probably see what I mean about there being dry patches, you know, it looking dry there. And that's the thing, I suppose, as well as the sort of hygiene aspect, I don't really want to draw attention to my eyes at the moment. So I've just put some more on that brush and I'm just going over that area of redness to just try and cool it down. But you can see, like I said, that once I've done it, at a distance it's fine, I don't think you'll notice. It's only like people that are going to be quite close to me will notice that it does look a little bit dry there. So I'll just do the other side and then I'm going to put some makeup on. Okay, so then I don't want to put any eyeliner or anything on the top line, but I'm quite happy to put some on the bottom line. So what I do is just make it look a little bit smoky, and I'm using my Too Faced Neutral Eye, and I'm using this one called Strapless in the middle, this brown one here. And this is a Louise Young LY13 brush. It's just a pencil brush, and I'm just going to put some of that under my eyes. So that's all I'm doing there, and then I'm just taking a black eyeliner pencil. Sorry if that was out of focus, by the way, I wasn't looking. And I am going to do the top line in the waterline, and then I'm going to do... So you can see that's given it a little bit of definition. What I'm going to do is I've got some tweezers. This isn't something I'd necessarily recommend, but see where there's little bits that are almost off? I've just taken that tiny bit off. Not if they're not coming off. If they come off easily, then fine. Like there's one there that's not coming off, and there's a couple there that are almost off. Because the idea is to let them come off naturally. It's just that that was really looking quite obvious. There's one there that's definitely not coming off. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put on a little bit of mascara, and that's me done. Today, like I said, it's healing in the same way as last time, and I think now in probably 2 days, something like that, I'll be able to just do my makeup as normal, and you'll still see a little bit of the imprint if you're very close up. But the idea is I'll wait just until all of these crusts are off, and so that all you can see is an imprint, so that it's not, you know, dry. If it's very dry, then it's going to show, isn't it? But I've been in no pain. I'm still using the steroid cream. Sorry, that's me going out of focus. I'm still using the steroid cream every day, morning and night. I'm not using it 3 times a day, just that helps with the redness. But I think I'll stop that today, because I think you are only supposed to use that for 3 days and then stop. So I shall keep that for the 3rd time I go. Okay, you guys, it is now a week and a half since I had the Plexr done. And as you can see, I am now able to put a full eye makeup look on. And hopefully you can't see the imprints from that distance. You can see them up close. But what I've decided is I'm not going to put this video up now. I'm going to do treatments part 2 and 3, which will be reflected in the title anyway. So, but I just wanted to let you know that I have to say I don't see a huge difference between this treatment and the first treatment. So I'm hoping that after the 3rd treatment I will see a big difference in the photos and the footage there, etc. Hopefully see there that there is a little bit of imprinting still, but there was still some of that left even before I had this 2nd treatment. So I think that is probably the thing that will take the longest to go away. On my eyes there's actually no redness, barely any redness. There's maybe a slight bit, but barely any redness at all. I was just popping in to show you what my eyes look like today. I had the Plexr done yesterday, and there's just a few different things to tell you. The first one is that, do you remember it hurt me? I told you it hurt me, the actual procedure hurt last time, whereas this time it didn't, and that's because Dr. Bong sourced a anaesthetic cream from his travels. He travels all over the world, and he had found a really good anaesthetic cream, and he did not lie on that. It was super potent, so potent that my eyeballs felt numb and kind of under my eyes felt numb. So I didn't feel a thing, not a thing. So that was great. The actual procedure was painless, even less painless, if that makes sense, than the first one I had. The first one felt like, just remember I said, an irritating little flicker on my eyes, but yesterday I felt absolutely nothing. However, it was the first time I had, I suppose you could call it pain. Yeah, it's pain, it's just not severe pain afterwards, when it felt like all the skin had been taken off. It felt really red and sore. The second time I didn't have that. This time I have got that. My eyes were sore all day yesterday after the procedure. They were a bit sore in the night. You know, I woke up a couple of times and was aware of the feeling, and then at the minute they're a little bit sore, but nothing that is unbearable at all. But as you can see, they're very, very swollen. So the difference this time is that he went closer to my eyelid. He's literally just almost at my eyelashes, and so he did tell me it would be more swollen. So I'm hopeful that the fact that this is so swollen and that it's gone so close to my eyelashes means that there will be a more intense result, but we shall see. Good morning, you guys, it's Karen, and I know that I'm quite close up and in your face, but I wanted to just come and do a review at the 4-week mark. So it's 4 weeks ago that I had my Plexr done, and so I wanted to come and show you what my eyes look like and give you a quick update. I'm going to finish this video at the 6-week mark, so in another 2 weeks that's when I feel like I'll be ready to say what my conclusion is of the treatment. The results, like I said, I didn't notice an awful lot of difference between after the second treatment, and at the moment I would say that I can see a difference between before I had the treatment and now. It will be interesting to me now to watch this footage back and to look at the pictures from today and compare them to before I had the Plexr done, particularly with my eyes closed and things like that, and I think I will see a difference. But yeah, I think the biggest difference will be in 2 weeks, and at that point I can then give you my feedback on what I saw today, when I'm looking at my pictures and videos, etc., and also how it looks on the day. Hi you guys, so we're now at the 6-week mark, so 6 weeks since I had the third treatment, and for me that was the third and final treatment. You can continue on having as many treatments as you like, and the more treatments you have, the better result you'll get, obviously. But that was the third treatment, and I'm not going to have any more. I'm happy with the progress so far, and yeah, I just feel that it was enough of going through that 5 days of kind of disruption, if you like. It gave me the boost I was looking for. I was just at that point where I was feeling so tired. My eyes were feeling really, really heavy. My makeup was constantly transferring to my hoods, and I didn't feel like myself. And it isn't that I didn't want to look younger as such. I just wanted my eyes to not make me feel tired and to be able to put my makeup on in the same way. And so I suppose in a way that is wanting to look younger. It's like wanting to look like my younger self. And I feel like I've achieved that. I feel like it's been well worth it. I would 100% recommend Dr. Bong. He's so caring, so knowledgeable, explains everything to you. And like I said, when I say caring, he went and sourced, as you'll know from me talking, a different anaesthetic because I was in pain the first time, and I will be going back to him for my Botox, and you know, he's saying, oh, you know, next time we'll try and get it more the way you want it, like with a frozen forehead. Dr. Bong is more of a kind of natural look. He likes the natural look. Me, I want my forehead look to move because that stops the sort of wrinkling there. And so the thing to note actually is at the moment I have no Botox at all. I haven't had any Botox since before I had this treatment, so probably April. So what's that? May, June, July, August, September, October. 6 months. Yeah, 6 months at least, maybe more than that. And my Botox runs out very quickly, like 3 to 4 months. There's definitely none in it. You can see that I can frown and I can lift my eyebrows, so there's nothing there. So combined with my usual Botox, I think would just be the perfect result. But even without it, I don't have the same tired, heavy feeling. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking now because I think you've gathered that I am pleased. I know somebody else that's gone to Dr. Bong, and from what I've seen of her comments to me, she's really happy with her first result as well. You can have it done under your eyes, of course. I think this is a procedure you can have done in several places. It's not something I even considered under my eyes, but because I have the Botox for the crow's feet, but again, I've not had that for a while. Before I go, just to say, after I've said goodbye, what I'll do is I'll put in some pictures that are the before and after pictures, and before and after of my eyes closed, my eyes open, with makeup, without makeup, that kind of thing. Whatever photos I've got, I will put them together and put them at the end. If you have any questions about this, then please do watch the other 2 videos that I'll make sure I link in the description for you, because I do talk about prices and pain and everything, and I feel like I've covered everything in the 3 videos. If there is something that you can't find in any of those videos, please let me know. And if it's a question that I don't know the answer to, then I can of course ask Dr. Bong, and he has helped me with answers. I've also got an interview with Dr. Bong about Botox, which I can link for you as well. And we may well do another interview maybe about the Plexr. If you've got any questions, I could certainly, you know, gather them together and do an interview with him on those questions. So yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you very much for being with me through this journey. Some of you will have been there when I was showing you the instant results on Snapchat and saying that I was in pain, etc., and getting lost trying to drive there and all of that. But I'm glad I went through it. It has definitely given me the boost I needed. So best of luck if you have this procedure done. If you are in the USA, I have talked about what it's called and how it works and what it's called over there in that first video that I will link in the description. So if anybody else has gone to Dr. Bong or is intending on going to Dr. Bong in Glasgow, please let me know. I would be delighted to know, because like I said, he's brilliant, and I don't know how it works. Let me also know if you've had it done elsewhere in the country and what your experience has been. That's everything. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you soon.